racing fans, and welcome to Trackside, proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting with myself, Deez Dayanand. I trust that you all had a fantastic week and looking forward to the weekend's racing. A reminder with World Sports Betting, bet with the best and a leader in the anti-post betting market. And I encourage you, the punter, you are king, as I mentioned last week, and you are entitled to shop around, try and get the best value, the best odds. And if you visit World Sports Betting, you will be pleasantly surprised. Okay, now on to our treble for the weekend, and we'll begin at Turpentine on Saturday in race number 5, horse number 1, Grimaldi, for trainer Paul Peter and jockey Gavin Larena. A horse that made a promising introduction. First time out over 1600 meters, a very good run, finishing third. And then next time out, the stable stretched him in distance. He went 1800 meters and the money was down. The support was there. You thought that after that very good introduction that he was good enough to win second time out. It was not to be. He was then traveled to Scottsville, maiden company, 1950 meters this time round. They engaged the services of Anton Marcus, and it was a flat run. He found nothing in the business end of the race, and I'm going to take a stance. I looked up this horse's pedigree, and it's understandable why the stable have tried him beyond a mile, because he's by dynasty, and the Dam Europa point, well, she won 9 races from 1400 up to 2000 meters. So it's clear to see the thinking behind putting this horse over further and thinking that he'll enjoy it. But I'm going to take a stance and say, at this stage of his career, he seems best up to 1600 meters. So now that he drops in distance, Gavin Larena back up, favorably drawn at Turpentine. I think the 1600 meters is going to be spot on, and there'll be no excuses this time around. So we're going to go confidently with our first of our horses to come in the treble. That'll be race number 5 at Turpentine, horse number 1, Grimaldi. Where do we go next for the second of our 3 horses in this all to come? Well, we'll go to race number 6 at Turpentine, and it's the listed Jacaranda handicap over 1800 meters. And here it's a quality field of older mares, 3-year-old and 4-year-old fillies. And the horse to beat is going to be number 7, Seaham, for trainer Sean Terry and Lyle Houston. Well, this daughter of Vincent Getrix, she reeled off the hat-trick in fine style. A maiden. Next up, C Division Company. Then she went on to win very well in B Division Company. Her last start, there is a question mark around that. It was a grade 3 Acacia handicap where she was partnered by Josh Solomons. Well, Joshua was not allowed to claim in that race, and it was a fair run. She did not show her usual early pace and speed. And if you watch that replay, she did not get the best of luck in running as well. So under the circumstances, I thought it was a fair run. And if you're wondering why usual jockey Lyle Houston was not on the filly last time out, well, that reason is simple. He did take his suspension. He had a 7-day suspension from the 27th of February up to and including the 5th of March. So he wasn't available to ride this filly, Seaham, but he's back aboard. He's the best man for the job. He's 2 from 2 on this filly, and you can add to that he would have had the choice. Definitely had the choice. He could have ridden Magical Flight, who's beaten Sparkling Water, that was in the SA Classic last time out. So he's clearly made a stance and taken the ride on Seaham for his stable. And whilst there's lots of form to work around, I think she's a progressive filly. She's likely raced as a 4-year-old, and we're yet to see the best of her. So we're going to go strong in the Jacaranda handicap with horse number 7, Seaham. Well, where do we close off this treble? We're going to go to Sunday at Durbanville, and it's going to be race number 4, horse number 1, Camp Spade. Brett Crawford and Greg Sheen will team up. A horse that made the debut over the course and distance, but as the betting would suggest, neither the experience badly and after that run he was rested, gelded, and it's clear to see the improvement where he's finished second in both those runs. Well, from the form line of his last start, I can tell you that run behind Captain Dizzy, well, a horse that finished 6th, beaten 11 lengths, was called Real Advisor, and this horse traveled to Quebec and won in Fairview, came out to win well, was beaten 11 lengths, and a very good run from that horse, Real Advisor, next time out. So the form line's looking good. This horse is having his 3rd run back from a rest and gelding. Should be spot on, should be cherry ripe. There is a concern about the draw, but I'm going to leave that to Greg Sheen. He knows the horse well, and the horse seems to have natural gate speed to overcome that draw, and I think will get over quite comfortably. And with now the 600-meter running at Durbanville, will no doubt be the horse to beat. So horse number 1, Camps Bay, is where we'll close off that treble. Just to recap, it's race 5 at Turpentine Grimaldi, race 6 at Turpentine Seaham, and race 4 that's at Durbanville on Sunday. We'll go with horse number 1, Camps Bay. Now we promised a jackpot, a bonus jackpot for the weekend as well, and we're going to go with our 2 best bets that come out Turpentine on Saturday, and that jackpot will read, which will begin in race number 5, obviously. Banker 1, Grimaldi in the first leg. Banker 7, Seaham in the second leg. In the third leg, I've gone on 2 horses, 2 and 8 being Winter Smoke and Tropic Sun. And then in the last leg, well, you can include the field if you wish, but I've shortened it down to 5 horses in numerical order, 2, 3, 4, 7 and 8, and that perm will cost you 10 Rand. Okay guys, that's our treble, that's our bonus jackpot for Trackside's show for this weekend. And again, what can I say about world sports betting? They're trying their best to be the best in the business, and we encourage you to send those comments through, as I mentioned always on the show. All it is contact us on the website, and any positive feedback will be welcomed, and we'll do our best to make the necessary changes. If you're a new account holder, open up an account. We'll match your deposit up to 10,000 Rand. Have an awesome weekend, guys, and until next week, you take care. From Trackside with World Sports Betting, I'm Deez Dayanand. Salami Gashle.